It's a Sunday. This is the Rich Lieberman Bay Area Media Pulse, and it's a very, very busy Sunday. There's lots of situational things taking place in the world of terrestrial radio. And let me get and cut to the chase. First off, Robin Bertolucci. You may or may not know that name. She worked at KGO years and years ago, but the last 24 years, she worked as the program director and a big time exec at KFI, which is a big station in LA, the iHeart station. And let me just give you the real deal, not the BS, not the trades that have it wrong, like this guy Barrett Media, should be the BS media. Robert Bertolucci was the program director at KFI in LA, the iHeart station. And I've been on the phone with a lot of people, talking to various contacts, trying to figure out what the heck took place. And forget the trades. She wasn't out. There was no resignation. She was told to leave by iHeart. She basically was fired. She and her husband were let go. And she is out, Robin Bertolucci at KFI. Again, a very, very prominent LA station with what's left of the prestige of radio this day and age. She's gone and gone and gone. That's why, folks, don't read the trades. Or if you do read the trades, take what you read with a grain of salt. This guy, Barrett Media, whatever his name is, Barrett, he runs press release information. That's what he does. He takes the word of mouth from the execs. So the official spin is that she was forced out. No, she was let go. She didn't resign. She was, yes, forced out. They told her and basically her husband to take a hike. So this has Bay Area tentacles. It also has the Bay Area, what's left of the little radio that we have, folks, on edge, because iHeart doesn't really have a station here. And they have basically people who are watching out the radio companies here, like Cumulus, which owns KNBR, and 1077 The Bone, and all those stations. They're on thin ice. I told you and have continued to tell you and will tell you today, and I'm going to get back to Bertolucci in a second. They don't have any money. They're living on fumes just to make payroll, just to keep, literally, and this is no joke, to keep the lights on at KNBR. They had to get money from the whatever fund that Cumulus has just to keep power going, just to keep the essential operations afloat. They had to borrow money from whatever fund you want to call it, just to keep everything going. That's how tenuous it is. And the same thing with Odyssey, bankruptcy, Odyssey, KCBS, which I've complained about, which I've more than complained, criticized as the joke as it's become. They and 95.7 The Game just barely keeping itself afloat. The Bertolucci situation, again, forced out, told to go or else. This has the little radio that we have in San Francisco and the Bay Area as a whole on edge, because if it can happen to this woman, by the way, it can happen to anybody, but respected, not so much. Admired, not so much. She survived mostly on the fact that she's a woman, mostly on the fact that she's worked in radio for several years. And again, 24 years at KFI. Not not really liked. I talked to one key radio person who has no, as they say, dog in the fight, who told me that she's very much detested and hated and despised. So this has a domino effect. This is a very significant situation. And I'm going to say again, and I don't mean to beat a dead horse, so to speak, but you have to understand, if you read this account in Barrett Media, it's a joke because it's not fully indicative of what took place. She was forced out. They don't have much of a money situation at what would be considered as a dominant, if you could say that, LA station, and that's KFI. If you remember back, KFI is just, it's a regal, not maybe so much anymore, LA radio station. So this has a lot of people on the edge, not just in LA, but in San Francisco now, because, hey, look, there is mucho problems. There's budgetary problems. There's money problems just to keep, basically, again, things running. And if this could happen to Berto Luchi, and by the way, again, Berto Luchi spent some time at KGO. She's kind of has been a survivor up until this point. So whatever they gave her, she got a severance package and they told her to go bye-bye. But people in Chicago, people in Boston, people in Houston, Miami, Seattle, San Francisco are looking at this, and a big, big time, move here. And iHeart, who knows? You hate to keep piling on, but it is, as the cliche goes, it is what it is. Radio is really fraught now. It's not going to survive. Just a question of how it ends up. Because look, these things have a shelf life. And nobody's listening to the radio anymore. Nobody, maybe except me, and I only have it on as background noise. But this type of a move is very detrimental to the entire cause, and the implications are massive. The situation is very, very tense at best. So what's going to take place now? Well, I really don't know, other than the fact that the medium of radio is, again, people have moved away. They really have. Their cars now, you have to take an act of Congress to keep car radios going, AM. FM is not that much better off, but at least FM has music for those that still listen to FM music, like myself again. Most people are just going to the internet, or they're on these little suckers, right? These things, that's what it's become, this world. And of course, the big thing, the proverbial gorilla in the room, streaming. It just is the case. But with regards to Berto Luchi, and Berto Luchi was a bigwig, and again, not really liked, detested, hated in some cases. There are a lot of people cheering this morning on Sunday what took place at KFI and iHeart in general. What's going to happen later on? I guarantee you this will be the conversational topic Monday morning when all the execs sit around and lament the latest stab wound to the state of terrestrial radio. Robin Bertolucci didn't resign. Bullshit. She was told to go bye-bye, get out of here. And her husband too. Take care of yourself. Here's a little check on the way out the door. That's what happened. Don't fall for the BS that you read in the various trades, because that's all it is. BS. I'll talk to you later.